Here I am drinking a real Dr. Pepper. This thing has 40 grams of carbohydrates in it. Who am I? Why am I drinking soda? Oh my gosh, you guys, I haven't had a Dr. Pepper in so long. So I survived my first week of Fit2Fat2Forty. 1 week down, about 16 weeks and 3 days left to go, which is crazy. The first week, there's a lot of ups and downs, literally, figuratively. I started off, actually before I got started on my first day, I went on and hiked Mount Olympus, and that was a very cool hike and workout to end or start my Fit2Fat2Forty journey on, because it was a good analogy for what I was about to embark on, of coming down off my mountain of fitness, coming down to the bottom to better relate to my clients and people out there who struggle with weight loss and transformation. Because I know from the first time I did, it gave me a new perspective. And this time around, yes, I already learned those lessons, and yes, I've gained that new perspective, but it's still good to kind of humble yourself every once in a while, to see things through a new light, to be more empathetic towards those that struggle. And that's kind of what that hike did for me, was get me in the right mindset to let me know what I'm about to embark on, literally and figuratively. So that was a really cool hike and really hard, and I'm glad I did that. Then the next morning was my first weigh-in. I had my whole team here, my film crew. We had the scale ready to go. I did a cardiovascular step test as well. I did my waist and hips measurement, and then I had a food challenge, an epic food challenge, which consisted of all my favorite foods from my first journey. So we had Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Mountain Dew, Hot Pockets, Zingers, SpaghettiOs, macaroni and cheese, Doritos, Pringles, Cheetos, all kinds of delicious goodness set out there on the table. So I did my weigh-in, weighed in 181.6 pounds. My waist were 33 and a half inches. My waist was 33 and a half inches. And then from there, I did the step test, and that was 3 minutes of a workout. So I'm gonna have to do that throughout this journey to kind of measure my change and my cardiovascular response to that step test. And then I went straight into my food challenge, and it was really cool because we live streamed it, but we also filmed it as well to put out there on YouTube. And that first bite of Cinnamon Toast Crunch was brought me back. It tasted so good. It tasted as good as I remember. It made me feel as good as I remember. And it was really, really delicious. And then I went from there into the mac and cheese and the Hot Pockets and the SpaghettiOs. So the food tasted as good as I remember. And I ate as much as I could in about, I think, 20 or 30 minutes. It tasted delicious. But eventually, after 20 or 30 minutes of eating that food, I got stuffed. I got full. Threw in the towel, ate as much as I could. I think I ate around 4,000 or 5,000 calories in just that one sitting, which was a lot of food. But, I was feeling pretty good about my performance. I was feeling pretty good about the start of this journey. And a couple surprises that happened throughout the week. So my first week, I felt super sleepy after eating all that food. Throughout every day, I would eat a large amount of food, large amount of sugar and carbohydrates, and I would instantly crash about 30 minutes after eating that food. I had to take a nap a couple days, and I never take naps, ever. I've always had a consistent amount of energy. I feel really good throughout the day, never nap. And this time around, I was just so sleepy and exhausted. It was crazy. My sleep performance has been really bad all week. I've been tracking that through my Whoop app. This device right here tracks my sleep recovery and my recovery score. And each day has been in the yellow or red, which is really interesting. I'm also tracking my my glucose levels through this continuous glucose monitor right here, implanted into my arm. My glucose levels will spike and then crash, spike and crash. And so throughout the day, I'm just experiencing these roller coasters of energy levels and brain fog. And I feel good when I eat the food, but then a short period of time later, I'm crashing, which is insane. And the other surprise is how many calories I'm eating. I thought I was eating around 5,000 calories a day, or I was going to be, but at tracking it on my FitnessPal, I'm averaging around 6,600 calories per day, which is way more than I thought it would be. That first day after the food challenge, at the end of the day, was 7,700 calories, you guys, which is insane. And the interesting thing is that I'm not stuffing my face every meal. I'm not going out there doing a food challenge every single meal throughout the day. I'm eating until I'm full, and then I stop when I'm full, and then when I'm hungry again, I eat again. And that is kind of it's weird how I'm just packing in the calories so quickly. And these calories add up And even people watching on social media are super surprised that I'll show a meal of like a couple waffles, toast and cereal and juice, and people are like, oh, that's around like 800 calories, 1,500 calories, you know? And it blows people away how it adds up so quickly. So this is what I wanted to get across to people, is educate people on a few of these things so that they understand, like, okay, I see what Drew's doing. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to measure and track to see, you know, how many calories I'm eating. And so anyways, those were a few of the big surprises this week. Emotionally, mentally, one of the hard parts, I think, was not being able to exercise. And it hit my girlfriend, Julie, really hard the morning of my journey. And she got really emotional that morning. She cried because she's like, I don't have my partner to come work out with me anymore. Like, we do yoga together, we go biking, we go hiking, we go to the gym together. And now for the next 4 months, she doesn't have that person. Like, I'm not that person for her anymore because I can't go do that with her. And so she has to go do it by herself. And it really hit her, and it was really emotional for her. And I felt super bad for her because this is an experiment. I'm doing it on purpose. It's part of my job. And you know, it does affect us, our relationship, whether I like it or not. And so that part's been hard. But I would say not as hard as the first time I did it. I feel like I'm more mentally prepared this time around, and it hasn't affected me as much as it did the first time. So that was one of the challenges this week. Other than that, like, the food hasn't made me feel nauseous or haven't thrown up yet or had any GI issues yet. So stay tuned. Also drinking beer. I didn't drink alcohol the first time around. This time around, I'm drinking at least 1 beer a night, maybe more. Those calories add up, and I just feel super bloated. Like, and it doesn't even taste good. Like, I'm drinking Coronas. Coronas are okay, but it's not like delicious, you know, like soda. But it's part of the journey, because I know a lot of people drink alcohol or drink beer, you know, 3, 4, 5, 6 times a week. And so I'm doing that as part of the journey. So all in all, I survived week 1. My week 1 results, just so you know, went from 181.6 pounds to 195.2 pounds. That's almost a 14-pound gain in 1 week, you guys. A lot of it's water weight. You know, I'm retaining a lot of water, so it's not all fat. But my body fat percentage went from 8.4 to 11.5% in just 1 week, which is crazy. My waist gained 2 inches, and my hips were 1.5 inches gain. So things are expanding pretty quickly. I'm ahead of where I was versus 2011. I think I gained 12 pounds in the first week of my first Fit2Fat2Fit journey. So we'll see. Maybe I'll blow past that 60-pound goal, but I do expect things to slow down. And I am excited about week 2. A couple of things I'm excited about. One, I just went to Costco and did a grocery haul there, and man, there's so much good food at Costco, you guys. Like. And that's going to last me like weeks or months. Like, this food is like so much, and it's crazy how there's so much good food at Costco. Like, I had to like really think about, all right, do I need all of this? Maybe I don't know if I need all this, but I got a bunch of it just in case. So I'm excited to try some new foods this week. So we'll check back in next week, and I'll let you guys know how I survived.